Welcome to Beyond Vision Mindset, the space where we delve into timeless philosophies to uncover the tools you need for navigating life's complexities with wisdom and strength. Today, we're exploring an important skill: understanding people on a deeper level. Why does this matter? Because your ability to truly perceive the character, motivations, and values of those around you has a profound impact on your relationships, career, and personal growth. This insight isn't just about others, it's about understanding yourself, too. Drawing from the wisdom of Stoic philosophy, I'll walk you through 8 transformative principles that will help you interpret people's true nature. These principles will not only give you a lens to see others more clearly, but will also challenge you to grow into a more grounded, virtuous individual. Let's get started. 1. Adversity. The crucible of character. Imagine a blacksmith's forge. In the heat of the fire, raw metal softens and transforms. Weak metal cracks under the strain, while strong metal emerges purified and unyielding. This is the power of adversity. It strips away pretense and reveals the true strength, or weakness, of a person's character. The Stoics believed that adversity was not something to fear but something to embrace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Life's challenges are inevitable, but our responses to them define who we are. Think about someone in your life who has faced a major hardship, perhaps a job loss, the death of a loved one, or a personal failure. How did they respond? Did they crumble under the pressure, lash out in anger, or retreat into despair? Or did they face the storm with resilience and grace? Adversity acts as a magnifying glass for character. It intensifies a person's virtues or exposes their flaws. As Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. The next time you face a challenge, pause and ask yourself, what does this moment reveal about my character? Reflect on how others handle adversity, and look for patterns. Are they resilient or reactive? What can you learn from their example, or their mistakes? 2. The weight of words and the silence between them. Words are powerful, but silence is equally revealing. Epictetus famously said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." In other words, a person who speaks without listening often reveals more about their ego than their wisdom. Think of conversations as a dance. Words are the steps, but silence is the rhythm that holds it all together. A wise person uses silence to reflect, while a fool fills every space with noise. Imagine a tree in a quiet forest. It doesn't need to shout to prove its strength. Its presence speaks for itself. Similarly, a person's restraint in speech often reflects their inner confidence and clarity. The Stoics understood that the words people choose, and the topics they avoid, are windows into their inner world. When someone deflects a question or avoids speaking about certain subjects, it often points to insecurities, unresolved pain, or hidden motivations. Practice active listening. Pay attention to not only what people say but also what they don't say. Notice patterns in their speech. Are they defensive, evasive, or overly boastful? These tendencies reveal more about their character than the content of their words. 3. Consistency. The thread that weaves integrity. Imagine a lighthouse standing tall amidst the crashing waves. No matter the storm, it remains steadfast, guiding ships to safety. This is what consistency looks like in human behavior. It is the unwavering alignment of a person's actions with their principles, regardless of circumstances. The Stoics held consistency as a cornerstone of virtue. Marcus Aurelius advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Consistency is the hallmark of integrity, and it's revealed in the small, everyday decisions we make. Consider someone who preaches kindness but treats service workers poorly. Or a person who promises loyalty but disappears when things get tough. These inconsistencies reveal gaps between their stated values and their true character. True integrity means acting in alignment with your values, even when no one is watching. It's not about perfection, it's about striving to live in accordance with what you believe is right. Observe the people in your life over time. Are their actions consistent with their words? Do they maintain their principles under pressure? Reflect on your own behavior as well. Are you living in alignment with your values, or do you compromise when it's inconvenient? 4. The measure of a heart. How they treat others. Seneca wrote, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. The way someone treats others, especially those who can do nothing for them, reveals the depth of their compassion and humility." Imagine a garden. A gardener who tends to all plants, even the smallest weeds, shows care and respect for the natural world. But one who only focuses on the largest flowers lacks true understanding of their role. The Stoics believed in the interconnectedness of all people. They saw the world as one great family and emphasized treating everyone with respect, regardless of status or circumstance. Observe how someone interacts with waiters, cleaners, or strangers in need. Are they dismissive or condescending? Or do they show patience, gratitude, and kindness? These small moments often reveal a person's true nature far more than grand gestures. Practice humility and kindness in your daily interactions. Notice how others treat those who are invisible to society. This is where you'll find clues about their character. 5. Criticism. A test of ego. Criticism is like a mirror. It reflects truths that we may not want to see. The Stoics believed that how a person responds to criticism reveals the strength of their ego and their commitment to growth. Epictetus said, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, 'He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone.'" This quote embodies the Stoic perspective. Embrace criticism as a tool for self-improvement, not a personal attack. Imagine someone receiving feedback. Do they react with defensiveness or hostility? Or do they listen thoughtfully, seeking the truth in the critique? A mature person welcomes constructive criticism, while an insecure one sees it as a threat. Reflect on your own response to criticism. Do you see it as an opportunity to grow, or do you let your ego get in the way? When observing others, pay attention to how they handle feedback. Their reaction will reveal much about their inner state. 6. Self-control. The art of mastery. Seneca wrote, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power." Self-control is the foundation of all virtues. Without it, we are slaves to our impulses, constantly reacting instead of choosing. Picture a ship navigating a turbulent sea. Without a steady hand on the wheel, it will drift aimlessly, at the mercy of the waves. Self-control is that steady hand. It allows us to navigate life's challenges with purpose and focus. Observe how people handle anger, temptation, or disappointment. Do they lash out impulsively, or do they pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully? A person with self-control demonstrates emotional maturity and inner strength. Practice self-control in your daily life. Start with small challenges, like resisting the urge to check your phone during a conversation. Notice how others manage their impulses, and reflect on what their behavior reveals about their character. 7. The growth mindset. A life of learning. The Stoics believed that wisdom is a journey, not a destination. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You must constantly remind yourself that everything you encounter was created to teach you. A willingness to learn is a sign of humility and strength." Imagine a river flowing endlessly, adapting to the terrain and nourishing everything in its path. A person with a growth mindset is like that river, open, adaptable, and constantly evolving. Contrast this with stagnant water, which resists movement and eventually becomes toxic. People who refuse to learn or grow are like this stagnant water, rigid, unyielding, and unable to adapt. Observe how others approach challenges. Do they see them as opportunities to learn, or do they avoid them out of fear? Cultivate a mindset of continuous growth in your own life. 8. Perspective on life's challenges. The steady hand. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Challenges are not obstacles, they are stepping stones to growth. Picture a mountain climber scaling a steep peak. Each rock, each crevice is not a barrier but a foothold, an opportunity to ascend higher. A Stoic person views life's difficulties in the same way. Observe how people handle setbacks. Do they see themselves as victims, or do they rise to the occasion? Reframe your challenges as opportunities for growth. Notice how others approach difficulties, and reflect on what their perspective reveals about their character. Bringing it all together. Understanding others is an art, a blend of observation, reflection, and self-awareness. The Stoics teach us that by studying the actions, words, and habits of those around us, we not only gain insight into their character but also refine our own. Here's a recap of the 8 principles we explored today. Adversity reveals true character. Pay attention to how people handle life's storms. Words and silence speak volumes. Listen carefully to what is said, and what is left unsaid. Consistency is the thread of integrity. Observe how actions align with words over time. Treatment of the invisible reveals the heart. Watch how people interact with those who cannot offer them anything in return. Criticism tests the ego. Look for humility and a willingness to learn. Self-control is the foundation of virtue. Note how people manage their emotions and impulses. A growth mindset signals wisdom. Seek those who are always learning and adapting. Perspective on challenges shows wisdom in action. Watch how others view and respond to obstacles. As you apply these principles, remember that understanding others is not about judgment, it's about cultivating empathy and wisdom. The better we understand those around us, the better equipped we are to build meaningful relationships and navigate life's complexities. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the wisdom of Stoicism. If you found this valuable, subscribe to Beyond Vision Mindset for more insights that bridge ancient philosophy with modern life. Let's continue to grow together. Until next time, stay grounded, and keep seeking truth.